What's up, guys? How's it going? MikeTheTech here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to install Debian Linux in a virtual machine. Before we get started, if you're watching this video, chances are you're not subscribed because 99% of you are not subscribed. That's a pretty bad number, so if you like this one, be sure to click on that sub or thanks button below. Speaking of thanks, huge shout out to Miss Mo Davis. Thank you so much for being a channel member. If you want to support this channel and get shout outs in videos like this, click on that join button below. So, onto the video itself. We're going to start off by installing VirtualBox. So let's go ahead and go to virtualbox.org. and download VirtualBox 7. We want to download for Windows in this case, but you can install on Mac or another Linux host as well. Once we've downloaded the Windows installer, we're going to go ahead and click on that and install the application. It's a standard application. It's a standard installer. We'll just hit Next, Next, Yes, Yes, and install. Now we can go ahead and start VirtualBox. All right, so now VirtualBox is running. Let's go ahead and move on to the next step, and that's downloading Debian Linux. I'm going to go ahead and go for the super base Debian core install, but you can install any version or flavor of Linux that you'd like. And now we're going to create a new virtual machine. Let's go ahead and choose New. And we're going to choose an ISO here. So we'll go to Other, and choose our Debian Linux build, and choose our Debian Linux ISO. By choosing that, it's already selected the rest of these options for us, so we don't actually have to input those, and we're just going to write the name here. So I'm going to write Debian, and go ahead and choose Next. Now we can set up a name and password here. By default, this is set to change me. So we'll leave that as is, funny enough, but you can change that, of course, for your security. We do want to install the guest editions because that's going to enable some extra settings in VirtualBox. And we'll go ahead and hit Next. We can choose how much memory we want to give the system. So I'm going to choose, let's say, about 8 gigs of memory. And I'll give it 6 cores of my CPU. You want to be sure to leave enough for your operating system. Because if you have the virtual machine using too much resources, you may have some slowdown or lag on your main OS, and that's definitely not going to be a good thing because that's also going to slow down the virtual machine on its own. So yeah, definitely not a good idea there. Make sure to give enough resources to both. We'll hit Next. Now we can create a virtual hard disk. 20 gigabytes is fine for me because I'm going to create a hard drive that locates and grows based on its size. So that should be fine. And we'll hit Finish. Now it's powering the virtual machine up, and it's going to go through a unattended installation. And we can see that all of this is being taken care of for us, which is a pretty nice feature. This could take some time. All right, so it looks like it finished. Let's go ahead and log into our VBox user. And the password, of course, is change me. And we'll hit Enter. We can close these notifications, and we're going through the initial setup. Let's go ahead and choose Next once you've chosen your language. Choose your keyboard type and hit Next. Whether you want location services on or off, you can connect online accounts or skip this, and then you're done. We can start using Debian Linux. It's as easy as that. Now, one thing you can do after you've shut down the machine is go back into Settings, and we'll have some new options available to us. So let's go ahead and go to Display, and we can add some more video memory and enable 3D acceleration. This should help performance quite a bit. So let's open up VBox User again and change me. And you can see now we're in full screen mode, and it scales as it should. That's it for this one. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Peace.
From conversations to games to interviews with a broader view. He keeps it fresh, always brings something new. It's MikeTheTech, 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 the architect. MikeTheTech, MikeTheTech.